Привет, меня зовут Брина, и мы начинаем проходить игру Black Mirror 3. Насколько мы знаем, все закончилось весьма трагично. Чёртова дура Анджелина все-таки пробралась в чистилище Мордреда, и, к сожалению, погибла не только она, но и их с Эдрином мать Кэтрин, пожертвовав собой ради спасения своего сына. И, к сожалению, что-то произошло не так, и кровь Эдрина попала на проклятую книгу, и проклятие все-таки не будет уничтожено. Но давайте все-таки же мы начнем. Уж очень... Извиняюсь. Уж очень хочется окунуться в эту игру. Почувствовать те же самые страхи, которые я вначале испытывала в Black Mirror 2. Воу, 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 воу!
What are you doing?
Help me! I'm being chased! They're after me! They're gonna kill me! The Order! The Academy! It's collapsed! My sister and my mother are dead.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
That's just what I was going to say. That's the bloke we've been looking for. That's the Yang.
What?
Well, what a coincidence, Mr. Michaels. I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Miss Amanda Bauer. And probably for arson, too.
What? No!
Take him away, Constable.
Inspector, I think I found her.
Damn! Call on the lads. There's nothing more we can do here.
She didn't set herself.
Why not? Perhaps she was cold and set herself on fire? For God's sake, she was murdered. Am I the only one round here with half a brain? Anyway, we're not gonna find any more clues. It's been raining all night. You stay here and wait for the cavalry. I'll go down to the village and ask some questions.
Bit early for a beer, isn't it, Inspector?
I'm here on official business, Tom.
It wasn't me, honest. Me brother Bobby's me witness.
Do you know Amanda Valley?
Yes, unfortunately. I still owe her money.
Well, hold on to it. Buy her a wreath.
Heck, why? Is she dead?
You could say that. Burned. Probably last night between 6 p.m. and midnight. Where were you at that time?
Hey, Inspector, you know I wouldn't kill anyone. Especially not over a few quid. I was out with Bobby at a theme park, Alton Towers. Got home pretty late and went straight to bed.
So, do you know if Miss Valley had any enemies?
Apart from the Gordons?
The Gordons.
Her brother was cut off by that Samuel chap. I guess that was before your time. Since then, she's absolutely hated that family. Have you seen her flat? It's bloody mad, I tell you.
Any other tips?
Have you seen that Yank that's been sneaking around here recently? I'd check him out if I were you. He's the one with the blood in his hands. He was chatting with Amanda Valley in front of the pub a few days ago. He asked me about a tackle for robbing houses. No idea why he came to me, but it sounded pretty suspicious.
Да ты сам его ловил!
Holy, she really hadn't gotten over it. What have we got here? Interesting. Aha, Darren Michaels, Bedford, Maine, last week. I'll bet anyone 10 quid that's the Yank Tom was talking about.
Inspector! Inspector, the castle's on fire!
Oh, great. As if a burnt corpse wasn't enough. Come on.
Just listen to what I've got to say first. You can't just...
Come on, get in the car.
Compliment flaming torch next to a burning castle. If this isn't my ticket out of this dump, then God only knows.
Будешь ты проклят, будешь.
So, you fell in love with this woman?
Angelina.
Fell in love with Angelina, without knowing she was your sister. She lured you to England, to Black Mirror Castle, the castle of your ancestors, to use you as a key for an old ritual. That's right, isn't it? Do me a favor, and put the lighter down, all right? You said it had something to do with a curse, Adrian.
You tell me. All I know is that I drizzled blood on a book and read out incomprehensible words. And then, bang, black all around me. And the next thing I can remember, there were sounds in the woods behind me getting nearer. All in all, a grade A nightmare. The ritual probably worked, and now I'm possessed by a centuries-old evil soul that wants to bend my mortal body to its purpose.
You believe you're carrying a second soul? Oh, Adrian, I know that feeling well. But believe me, no one is cursed. Children always believe they're to blame for grown-up suffering. These feelings of guilt have branded themselves into your soul. So, how was it for you to meet your biological mother after all these years? You said you didn't have much time to talk to her?
No, she was taken hostage by Angelina. They both died shortly afterwards. They fell into the abyss in the ritual chamber.
In the ritual chamber. Exactly. And your foster mother in America. Did you have a chance to talk to her about it?
No, she was in a coma, and then she died.
All right, then. Perhaps we should forget about the women in your family for the time being and turn to more happy matters. Let's talk about your father. Wait a minute, Constable. We're not finished yet.
Perhaps we can leave that till tomorrow.
As you wish.
I don't mean to interrupt, but the inspector has something important he needs to talk with Mr. Michaels about. And you know what the inspector's like. It's about the bail.
Is it still not high enough for him? There's no one who would spend a penny on me anyway.
Don't say that.
All right, Doc. Have you got a spare 5,000 pounds?
Yes. Well, I can't do that, Adrian. I'm your doctor.
Mr. Michaels, come along now, please.
If there's anything you want to talk about, Adrian, I'm here most of the time. And Zach, tell the inspector he should keep to the arranged times. I don't burst in when he's in the middle of an interrogation.
Yes, Mum. I'll tell him.
So how's your abused little arsonist soul? Stroke better by the nice doctor? I hope you see the burning faces of the 4 poor souls you have on your conscience every single night.
Thanks for asking.
You know what? I'm starting to run out of patience with you. If I could, I'd have you deported. Your fellow countrymen should be made to endure your fairy tales. Unfortunately, I can't do that.
If you'd led a decent investigation, then you'd have found evidence for my fairy tales a good while back.
And now the little thug wants to tell me how to do my job. Constable Zach was down in the sewers for 2 days, and what did he find? Nothing. And Miss Valley's also mysterious order. Nonsense. No one here has even heard of it.
They had an assembly chamber in the mine. And Victoria knows about it too.
Assembly chamber? Don't make me laugh. Miss Valley gave lectures on the cursed Gordon clan in there. And the old biddy hasn't spoken since the fire.
Gordon clan? Old Biddy? Stop talking about my family like that.
Your family? Yeah, well, you'd actually fit in with those loonies.
Whatever. Can I go back to my cell now?
Unfortunately, I have to throw you out of your little paradise. Someone's paid your bail.
What did you say? Who?
Wow.
Doesn't seem to be a friend of yours. Wanted to stay anonymous. Well, whatever. Get your things and get out of here. But don't go too far. Otherwise, I'll have to put you on the run list. That would be pretty much the most stupid thing that could happen to you.
I can well believe it.
All the better. So be a good boy and go collect your things from your apartment.
Трясти ты этого придурка, Эдриан. Окей, отстань. Отстань.
Crumbling tiles. Why should the floor look any better than the rest? The road to freedom? More like the little turd's road to his big brother. The wash basin, also known as the spare toilet. I've slept on this pillow in this damn uncomfortable bed for the last 3 weeks. It doesn't smell as bad as it did at first. A garbage dump would be more sterile than these toilets. Would be nice if it worked. The top bunk hasn't been occupied since I've been here. There are people in the adjacent cell sometimes, though. My reading material for the past 3 weeks. The intellectual outpour. Ah, sweet bird of freedom. I'm coming. Only the Willow Creek police know why there's only one locker. My pencil... but where's my diary? The locker was open and my diary is... My friendly fellow inmate, Matt Newcastle. One of those kind of people that my mother always warned me about. Have you seen my diary?
Your diary? And here's me thinking it belonged to some nutter. I don't know what happened to me in the ritual chamber. What went wrong?
How did you get into my locker? Stop that! Constable!
Or worse, what if nothing went wrong? What if Mordred has been freed and has taken possession of me and is making me do his bidding? Please, somebody help me. Stop me from becoming a murderer.
Give that here, you bastard!
I don't want to be Mordred's puppet. I want this fiend to disappear back to the...
I'll have you! I'll kill you!
Boo-hoo-hoo! I don't want to be a murderer. Boo-hoo! Don't make me crap myself. I'm so scared. Hey, what's wrong with you? Hey, Scarface! Oh, forget it, you nutter.
Лучше б ты его грохнул.
That moron Matt ripped up my diary. These are the only pages I could save. Most of them are empty.
Ну пойдем, больше у тебя, наверное, ничего не осталось.
Can you sign here, please, just to confirm that you've read the bail conditions and that you've been instructed to register with Dr. Winterbottom every day. This here is a declaration of your state of health at the time
But there's only good or very good on there.
So, you're not
No.
feeling... Well, don't forget to sign it then. Here's your wallet. And you need to sign here that you got your...
You promise with all this signing you haven't secretly...
That's not permitted.
Ah, so I'm in luck then. Just a minute, I was being a bit premature. There's 500,000...
You should have checked for that before signing for it. Any subsequent complaints have to...
All right, just a joke. Is that it then?
Yes. You're free to go now, Mr. Michaels.
Amen.
Mr. Michael.
Something else to sign?
No. I just wanted to inform you that your solicitor is assuming you're going to call him soon.
Got it. Catch you later, Constable. Free at last. Well, relatively. At least I can now prove my innocence by my own means. Now, let's see what my lawyer wants from me.
Mr. Jones from the law firm Jones & Partners.
Hello, Mr. Jones. Darren Michaels here.
Ah, Mr. Michaels, yeah. The investigation, as long as there's no evidence for the allegations brought against you, you can't be charged. So that's good. On the other hand, your fellow countrymen want to step into the ring, too. The American Embassy is on...
And what is that?
Well, that you're going to have to sit tight in Willow Creek for quite a while. Inspector Spooner's investigation methods.
Yes. It seems to me that Spooner isn't really bothered.
Inspector Spooner just wanted to produce a guilty party and then get the case closed as soon as he could. But he's rather used up all his ammo. Now he's hoping that the embassy will take the case
So
on.
he doesn't really seem to be interested in the truth.
Well, the truth, Mr. Michaels, as is generally known, is the invention of a liar. But the fact you've got bail is a good sign. And that someone's been found to pay for it is even better. Perhaps you should have a look yourself. Now that you've been released, it would be best if you could get a copy of your file.
Are you convinced that I'm innocent, Mr. Jones?
Of course, Mr. Michaels. You think I could represent you if I was? Nevertheless, we should hurry up and find some solid evidence to prove it.
This somebody who you maintain means well has paid the bail anonymously. Can you find out who it was?
No problem. But it'll take a couple of days.
How long do I have to put up with this psychotherapy?
You're gonna have to hang in there for a few more rounds at least. It's in your best interest.
The last assessment was rejected. What good can it do?
Forget about the authorities. You ever thought that you might actually need...
You think I'm crazy?
Aren't we all? But seriously, Mr. Michaels, try and do something about your mental condition. If you end up having to face a lawsuit in the States, your family's mental... So stop blocking shots and come out from behind your guard, man.
Ни хрена себе, как он.
You said I should have another look at my file.
Well, it depends on the inspector in charge. But if you flatter him a little, he might let you have it. Otherwise, I could request a copy and send it on to you.
That's gonna take too long. I'll try to get my hands on it. Mr. Jones, did you find out anything about my identity?
Yes. Concerning your identity, Mr. Michaels, find documents, birth certificates, that kind of thing. But don't
Whatever.
Keep your head up. Attack is the best form of defense.
Славный малый, однако. Ну что ж, у нас есть вполне такие интересные моменты. Нам надо просто двигаться дальше.
A piece of thin board. Ah, it's a name. Sorry remains of a sorry annual fair. Fresh vegetables. A very paltry selection. I prefer the frozen variety. There's a poster hanging here. We're rebuilding for you. Soon will be even more spectacular. Experience the horror up close and personal. Reopening on the 1st of December. That's in a few days' time.
Наверное, уже про Эдрина
I'd just
нужно.
like to see my file before I leave the village.
А, хорошо. Постараемся-то, постараемся. Ну нет, неужели нам опять в полицию надо?
That's Tom's pub. I think he's still a bit angry because I stole his car. Murderous greetings from Willow Creek. The usual post. It looks like it hasn't been used for a very long time. Anyone want to buy an E?
Кому-нибудь надо? Поставив бы светлый парус, я примчался домой на рассвете, отрезал бы луну от причала, чтобы тоже домой возвращалась.
Cold coffee. A photocopier. Looks really... The emergency call center. As you can see... that's probably just decoration, considering the weather here. At last, a ray of sunshine. I was beginning to think there were only gross-looking guys with alcohol problems living in this dump. Hi,
I know. I recognize you from the newspaper.
And you're not gonna run away screaming?
I'd have a lot of running to do if I ran away from every weirdo in this dump.
You really like living here, huh? By the way, I'm Darren. Or Adrian Gordon. Take your pick.
I'm Denise, or the one who's got no time for insane arsonists. Take your pick.
Wow. I think I prefer Denise.
All right then, Darren.
So, what's a young woman like you doing in a place like this? Not one for city living?
Hell yeah. I'm just waiting for the right moment.
You mean when the twice-yearly bus to London stops here?
Something like that.
Has anything exciting happened recently?
Apart from the fire at the castle? Wait a minute. Yeah, the espresso machine broke down.
Has this cafe been here long? I've never noticed it before.
We were closed during the fair this year.
Is it even worth having a cafe here in the village?
You'll have to ask my dad. It's his cafe. Why do you ask? Do you want to open one too?
Yeah, sure. Right next door. A Black Mia special cafe with ritual blood cappuccino and latte morbidato.
Good idea. Could have come from Merrick.
Maybe I'll see you later.
Извините, ребята, да. Извините, пожалуйста. Это было слишком. Ой.
Coffee in all its guises, from mocha to Irish coffee. The list of teas is still twice as long, though. They look really pathetic, but still better than cheap plastic ones. Coffee culture is spreading. Mild beans and double roasted. Is Willow Creek ready for this? Shame. No donuts left. Shame. No donuts left.
Ай, пончики. Как же ну тогда добыть дело? Неужели придется говорить с этими засранцами?
Constable Zach seems okay. Plays by the letter of the law. Can I disturb you for a minute?
No?
That's Chief Inspector Spooner. The man that made the last 3 weeks of my life a living hell. Do you have a moment, Inspector?
If you're quick.
Can I have a look at my file?
Why? Have you forgotten something you've done?
Apart from the fact that it wasn't me,
No.
could you make me...
Of course not. That's a police file.
This here village, Willow Creek.
Only since you turned up.
Does
Just
that-
normal village life. Punch-ups, rape, and drink driving.
So pretty much nothing happened. Have you found out anything about my ancestry?
Yep, I've got a copy of Darren Michael's birth certificate here. Born on the 20th.
And what about Adrian?
He's still dead. In the Gordon Crypt. That's what it says in the death certificate signed by Dr. Heinz Herman. Cause of
Fifth degree? In other words, only his ashes. The guy in the other
He's
cell.
a paragon of virtue.
What did he do?
He beat up annoying little Americans. Should I let him out?
All right, all right. Why should I want to set fire to the castle?
Well, it could be because you were shipped off to America as a kid and had a miserable life there. Until you found out that then you came back to England to take revenge.
What a load of crap.
So you finally admit it. That's exactly why you have to see Dr. Winterbottom. And I'm gonna make sure that there are a lot more doctors taking care of you. Oh, I can tell you why it was you. Because you're obsessed with being a Gordon. It's some kind of justification for your irrational desire to burn
It was Lewis. Damn you.
Oh yeah, the gardener. Then find him. He's disappeared without a trace of him.
And you really don't know
It's paid to the court, not to me. I just got a letter from them saying it.
What about your partner? He seems really busy.
Zach. He's not my partner, he's my constable. And yes, he's got lots to do, so don't...
What was it that brought you?
I don't know what that's got to do with you.
My doctor, Winterbottom.
She moved here 10, 12 years
Why?
ago.
Because of the murders?
Ask her yourself.
Why do you dislike...
I'm a cop. You're
Come on. Little bit of friendliness.
Miss Valley was friendly.
It wasn't me. That's all for now.
I'm keeping my eye on you.
As far as I know, there's no evidence room here. They're always locked. I'd prefer some coffee. The police archive. There aren't very many files, but... What am I supposed to... Constable Zach seems okay. Unfortunately, Spooner isn't let... I guess those are... apart from the fact that everyone here would notice if I took them...
Damn you!
A letterbox. A letterbox. What's her problem? The latest prices of apples, bread, and milk are written on this big board. Tea, 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 and oh, look, tea. A random selection. There's everything from romantic novels to Zen guidebooks. Instant porridge, soup in packets, and masses of powdered pudding. The infamous English cuisine at a glance. Huge eggs from huge chickens. I don't know why, but I find that funny.
I hope you only want to cut up veggies with that. Sir?
Some very nice knives. Some very nice knives.
Ой, 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 ой. Мордред.
All the most important newspapers are there. The Final Times, The Moon, Daily Black Mirror, and the Willow Creek Telegraph.
Кажется, им действительно кто-то...
This open bag of coffee beans makes the shop smell real nice. A shopping basket. I don't need it, I'm only having a look around. That'll have gherkins in it. Milk. It's the news on a news channel. Maybe they show documentaries about... But I'm not... Various smoking products. Tobacco, cigars, stuff for pipes. A hint of France and Willow Creek. My mom always used to say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, one of my moms. Candy for kids. Although I haven't seen it. Walking maps of the area. Indispensable for... The shopkeeper's looking at me like I'm a thief. Oh. The shopkeeper's looking at me like I'm a thief. Or worse. Wow, a huge fridge. It's the Eco Freezer 100. At least that's what's written on it. Mmm, ice cream. My favorite flavors. And a good size, too.
Я тоже люблю.
Yeah, that's how I like vegetables. Microwave ready on top of a steak. Brandy, spirits, and various types of whiskey. Everything an aching heart could wish for. That's a Transylvanian-sized portion of garlic. We can assume the shop won't be attacked by vampires. Some very nice knives.
Эдриан, не сходи с
That
ума.
must be the shopkeeper with a whistle hung around her neck. Hello.
What do you want?
This is... Then maybe I want to buy...
Okay.
I'd like to buy one...
Please, take it. You don't need to come to the till. It's on the house.
Oh. See ya.
I hope not.
Ух, Эдриан, какой же ты уже постаревший. Пойдем отсюда. Ага. Господи. Действительно, Мордред на него воздействует и очень сильно. Даже немножко страшно стало.
Hello, doctor? Can I ask you... Doctor?
What's troubling you, Adrian?
How come you ended up here in the first place?
A colleague of mine I'd known from my student days. A doctor. Heinz Hermann. Once worked here in the sanatorium. He was a friend of the Gordons.
Да он был убийцей!
Then, 12 years ago, those dreadful murders took place. Heinz was one of the victims. I came here to give his family and the others a little spiritual support, and I'm still here. That's just how life goes sometimes.
Ты хоть знаешь, что этот доктор Ганс, он был немцем, он был фашистом, он резал людей, он проводил с ними такие опыты, они душевно больных разрезали с этим... Да! Это ж был кошмар, я просто проходила первую Black Mirror и прекрасно понимаю, о чем говорю. Ой!
This Spooner reckons he's a bit of a big shot.
He's one of those people who pack their own bags and then complain when they're too heavy.
What kind of bags?
Oh, he mucked something up in London and was posted here as punishment. Something he's not dealing with too well.
What did he do? Book the wrong guy?
You know about it? Well, Mr. Spooner is a bit of a trigger-happy cowboy. As far as I know, he overstepped his authority back in London, and that led to some guilty people getting off. Or maybe the other way round. However, I'm not exactly right in the picture with all this.
Oh, great. A bad-natured investigator who can't tell the difference between guilty and innocent. I couldn't have come up against a better guy. Get this. I've been released.
Oh, that's a good reason to celebrate.
I'm not quite so sure. The bail was paid anonymously. You know anything about that by any chance?
Anonymously? No. Who'd do something like that?
No idea. To be honest, I'd hoped you were about. You like living in Willow Creek?
Yes, I like the life and the people. It's like time stood still here.
And every few years, along comes some psycho and murders half a dozen locals.
Yes, well, compared to the murder statistics in London, it's a proper holiday here.
Do you see me as being an arsonist?
Judging by your nightmares, you do at least seem to have a violence-orientated imagination.
Yeah, but Stephen King has that too.
As far as I'm aware, he has never been under suspicion of an arson attack resulting in 3 dead.
Whose side are you actually on?
On your side, Adrian.
Good. I swear to you that I've only ever told you the truth.
There are as many truths as there are people, Adrian, and we still have to find yours.
Do you believe me?
Darren, Adrian, we've gone through this so many times before.
Then why am I still on the hit list?
I'm a doctor, not a judge. By the way, they rejected the assessment of your not being...
Rejected? But what
That kind of reaction is only normal, Adrian. If somebody suddenly revealed to me that I was descended from a long line of blood...
I had a strange experience earlier. It was just like one of my nightmares, but this time I was awake. It was in the police. I suddenly found I had... I dragged the guy to me through the bars, and then it was all over.
You don't say.
Oh, great. So I'm cursed.
I was talking to a colleague about you the other day. She's how shall I put it? She understands...
What's that all about then?
Hypnosis.
You're not serious.
It would at least be a possible way of finding
Well,
out.
for my part, these sessions...
What do you mean?
Well, I've been coming here every day for the past 3 weeks.
We ought to try hypnosis.
And what's that supposed to do? You want to join
Let's
in?
just try it tomorrow. If we can get to your roots, then perhaps we'll understand.
Boo. That's what they want to tell us. The dreams, I mean.
Ой.
Well, okay then, Doc. If you think that this might help me in some way. Catch you later.
Take care.
Эдриан, не делай так! Господи, никогда так не пугай, даже я
A
подпрыгнула!
Native American dream catcher. It's supposed to protect you from nightmares.
Отгоняет, отгоняет, отгоняет. У меня уже висит в комнате. И у меня целый год никаких кошмаров. Покупайте ловушки для снов. Правда говорю вам.
A Newton's cradle. The ball passes on its momentum to the next one. A simple example of kinetic energy. But it's all... I don't have anything to ask her. I wonder if the record of our discussions will end up in there. I wonder if the record of our discussions will end up in there. You could hardly call this straggle of flowers a bouquet. Today's newspaper. There are probably lots of new, unbelievable revelations about the arsonist in it. Dr. Winterbottom writes down a patient's dreams in the green books. But I haven't seen anyone else but me here yet. Strange.
Ты пока там единственный, так сказать,
Whenever I'm
ненормальный.
here, the ashtray is full. Dr. Winterbottom smokes like a chimney. Perhaps she should be in therapy. Dr. Winterbottom's notebook. Probably very revealing. Dr. Winterbottom's lighter. Quite an The famous psychiatrist's couch. Until now, I always thought it was a joke. But it's actually quite comfortable. My adoptive mother had a lamp like that. I always had fun hiding in it when I was a kid.
Эдриан.
The sad remains of a bicycle. Up there is Dr. Joyce Winterbottom's practice. It's very cozy. Willow Creek's Museum of Local History. A valuable hoard of English cultural history. As long as...
Может быть, позвонить? Попробуем. Если что-нибудь узнаем, то продвинемся. Но если нет, так нет. Продолжим в следующей серии.
Jones and Partners Chambers. Please leave your name and telephone number.
О, фак.
I think the door leads into the storeroom. I wouldn't know what I'm supposed to look for in there. Hello? Are you out of donuts?
No, there are some in the storeroom, but they're reserved for the nice inspector.
Of course. And what
Then
if-
bake one yourself.
Ах ты! Вот почему я не особо недолюбливаю блондинок. Они такие сучки! О, боже мой!
When does the inspector usually come in?
He should have been here to pick up his donuts ages ago. He's probably been delayed by the scum of the earth.
Nice description.
That's what Conrad calls his clientele, not me.
Conrad?
Conrad Spooner. That's what the inspector's called.
I'd like a coffee.
Coming up.
Okay, I've got to come up with something that's gonna mix. A shelf. They're thinking. Those have to be the donut specialty. A wash. A high-performance chest. The seal is in really bad shape. If it gets wet.
Ох, какие мы плохие!
The sponge. I'll wet the seal rubber. If I close it,
Так, просто
I'll put the box
мы
of
просто
donuts in a
заморозим
nice
все.
visible spot. Farewell, you donuts. Now that ought to slow down the inspector.
Выходи, выходи, выходи.
Another one of these flat days today?
Edward could come along at any time. Better if we wait till this evening.
Sod Edward. Give me a couple of donuts at least.
Yeah, sure. I'll get you some.
О, изменяет еще. Ай-яй-яй.
Conrad, you're
Yeah?
done.
The cane.
The problem is, the lid...
Ah, I get it. You want me to help you?
I think those two are gonna be busy for a while. Can I ask you something briefly? How long are you gonna look for Angela?
She'll be deemed missing until we find her.
Even if she's long
We haven't
since...
found her body yet, Mr. Michaels.
How involved were you
I
in
searched the sewer system.
And you didn't
No.
find... That just can't be true.
It's bloody dark down there, Mr. Michael. Not for the faint-hearted.
Is there anything new on the kidnapping?
According to the statement, Tom was at Alton Towers.
And you don't find it a little bit...
The only strange thing was that Bobby was in hospital for 2 days afterwards with concussion.
And what if Tom was
We
lying?
can't prove it. He had 2 tickets for the theme park and the paperwork.
Damn. And the boy?
There's no one called Van Helsing in Wales.
Can you make a copy of my file and send it to my lawyer?
Didn't he get one ages ago?
He, wants to have the current version for the embassy.
Not possible. I'd forgotten. The copier gave up the ghost a few weeks back.
Are you being serious?
It's not so bad. I have so little to do here, I could type up most of it.
I understand. So, would you be so kind as... And what if I fix that thing?
All right, then. You go and see what you can do with it.
Goodbye, Constable.
Hmm.
It can't be
Окей.
that difficult to fix a copier. I studied it once. What if we
я не
got
проходила.
here? The fuse has blown. If I twist and connect the wires that work, it...
Oh! Oh my goodness! Jesus Christ! И как мне тут все делать? Ёкарный бабай! Такс. Сейчас посмотрим. Примерно посмотрим, как же тут все делать. Ёкарный. Ага. Тут просто... Ой!
The wires that aren't cooked have to be hooked up. That should do it. Can I ask you something briefly? The copier's working again. Now, can you copy
Sure. Then I'll send the copy to you. The copy?
Well...
The inspector insists that no files can be...
I see. Damn. Constable?
Mm-hmm?
When does the mail go? My lawyer needs the file.
I'll post it later on. It ought to be collected.
Thanks. Spooner, your inspector.
I don't know. He was in the homicide department in London until half a year ago. Then...
That explains a lot.
Since then, he's tried everything to get back out of here. He locks people up for the smallest of misdemeanors.
And you can't do anything
What does a bear do about the winter? He rolls himself up and sleeps until the spring comes.
Goodbye, Constable. The cafe waiter is a real stiff. Maybe he's just swallowed something rather nasty?
Грубиян ты, Эдриан.
Hi.
Good day, sir.
You're
absolutely right, sir. My name is Edward.
Do you know the inspector?
Of course. He's a very good customer. Perhaps a little too good. He likes to keep Denise from doing her work. And she likes being distracted.
So maybe it's not the right
On
job?
the contrary, sir. I tell her father time and again, even the workmen from the castle come down here for a coffee. I really couldn't imagine anyone better for the job than her.
What can you tell me about Willow Creek?
A quiet place. Bad for midwives, they'd find no work here. But ideal for authors, if they happen to write thrillers.
Yeah, or horror stories. It's a nice cafe.
Thank you, sir. I do all I can.
Aren't cafes a bit uncommon?
If you say so, sir. But I think this place deserves an alternative to that drunkard's dive over there.
I'd better be going.
Please, do us the honor again soon, sir.
I somehow need to stop the letter from vanishing irretrievably into the mailbag. The board is just the right size. It'll go straight on top of the mailbag.
Теперь просто подождем.
Let's see what's in here. Friday afternoon, 12:30. Oh, they must have discovered the body then. The time of death from this witness interviews. Let's see, continues. Friday, 1837. Emergency services called out. Then, Saturday, 12:06 a.m. Fire under control. 3 bodies were retrieved. Lady Eleanor Gordon, Edward Bartholomew Bates, the butler, and Sally Wood, the cook. 1 survivor, Lady Victoria Gordon, also on Saturday morning, 12:12 a.m. Witness interviews on the subject unproductive, and Lady Victoria Gordon could not as yet be questioned. Hey, it says here that Murray can't remember having seen me in the hotel on Thursday evening. That can't be right. That was exact evidence still insufficient to charge. Current state of the investigation. Darren Michaels' conduct, as well as his contradictory testimony, is currently being examined. Here's a note to Constable Zach. If he's diagnosed as nuts, will he have to be remanded in a loony bin? Possible murder weapon, a torch, still smoldering, which was in Darren Michaels' possession when apprehended. Deportation to USA. No. Release of the suspect on bail on direction of the court. Dr. Winnerbach. Good. And I've got 2 new goals. I'll visit Victoria and see and let Murray know what I think. I'll write in the file so I don't forget. Enough empty paper. I can stash the remains of my diary away.
Jones and Partners, James.
Черт! Ладно, выходим. Давайте продолжим в следующей серии. С вами была Брина и Black Mirror 3. Всем пока-пока-пока, всем удачи!